Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Modern Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ejizi. Today's quest is the hidden cost of self-respect. The hidden cost of self-respect. Let's start with a truth that is often overlooked. Nothing in life is completely positive. Whether you believe it or not, nothing in this life is completely positive. Everything comes with trade-offs. Even our values, especially self-respect, it carries a cost. We live in a time where self-respect is treated like the ultimate virtue. People are told to prioritize it above everything else. And if someone chooses a different goal, like keeping a relationship or reaching a career milestone, we assume they must be weak or broken. But that is not always true. In fact, it's often not. There is a framework from DBT therapy that breaks down human interactions into three possible goals. The first one is objective effectiveness. That's getting what you want. The second one is relationship effectiveness. That's making sure the other person feels good about you. The third one is self-respect effectiveness. That's making sure you feel good about yourself. Ideally, we hit all three. But in reality, we usually have to choose. And choosing one often means sacrificing the others. Let's look at some examples. If you prioritize objective effectiveness, you might say, I don't care if you hate me. I'm getting what I want. That can work, but it might cost you your dignity or your relationships. If you prioritize relationship effectiveness, you might say, I don't care what I want. I just want you to be happy. That can build connection, but it might leave you feeling invisible or resentful. And if you prioritize self-respect, you might say, you crossed a line. I don't care what I lose. I'm standing my ground. That can feel empowering, but it might leave you isolated and empty-handed. The point is, each strategy has its time and place. But if you always choose self-respect, you will likely struggle to get what you want and keep meaningful relationships. That's the cost. People who constantly prioritize self-respect often have a big sense of self and a low tolerance for perceived slights. They get offended easily, fight a lot of battles, and burn a lot of bridges. And ironically, the more isolated they become, the more they cling to self-respect because what else do they have? But here's the thing, if you want success or harmony, you can't always make your feelings the center of the universe. Sometimes you have to play the game. Sometimes you have to bite your tongue. Sometimes you have to give people what they need, even if it's not what you want. That doesn't make you weak, it makes you effective. Of course, there are moments when self-respect must come first. But when you are facing abuse, exploitation, or blatant disrespect, that's when you should think about your self-respect first. But those moments should be rare. And if they are happening often, it's worth asking, why do I keep ending up in these situations? Instead of fighting every battle, maybe it's time to step back and reflect. So here's the takeaway. Self-respect is important, but it's not everything. Sometimes prioritizing your goals or your relationships is the smarter move. And the real wisdom lies in knowing when to choose which. Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone out there needs to hear this message. Maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We will talk more in future episodes. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and take care.